Hello everyone, this is AmberAnkNA here. Welcome to my channel. Well, I play a variety of games and do narrations for fanfics. I'm really hoping you enjoy my content. If you do, make sure to comment below, leave a like, and subscribe with the notifications on. Right, so next time, this is AmberAnkNA. Welcome to my channel. So, hi. The only link left. Chapter 8. A question. What's going on here, Tom? The former actor asked her new acquaintance. It's like, not a damn thing's happening. Everyone's just waiting around. More showing up every minute. That man fidgeted with his fingertips on both hands, alternating between fingers in a circular pattern like a recovering drug addict sitting at simulation. Yeah, it's been that way for a long time. Lisa looked up towards the sour gloom and couldn't see his ceiling. It was as if there was no end to the darkened void around them. Above them. Where is this place? She asked, still getting a feel for a new situation. Poverty or something? Or some shit? Nah, Thomas replied. Poverty is where you go to get punished, I think. This is more like, what's the word? He ran his slightly tailing fingers through short, dark hair before continuing. Limbo! That's it! That's waiting around for, I don't know, whatever comes next. The pair had pushed the others out of the way and created their own circle-like space where they could chat free from being crowded or bumped into. Well, Rachel began, attempting to gather every piece of information she could. How did it happen for you? You know, how did you die? Feels a wee bit too personal, Rachel. We just met. Ah, come on. Too personal? What hell does that even mean here? She cocked an impish eyebrow to let the man know she wasn't trying to upset him. I don't know. Tom responded, eyelids lowering as he sailed in the girl's direction. You go first. May I feel more comfortable hearing about you? Mine is pretty dark. The muscles in his face briefly trips. Rachel nodded. Sounds fair. Brace yourself, though, because this might sound batshit crazy to you. So, I kinda died twice. Once was fucked up because I had done drug overdose from a shithead. Then was after Mass. A friend of mine sort of reversed time and I sacrificed myself to save her and my other friend. She stopped as she noticed the man take a step back, dark shock and apparent disbelief or shock. Yeah, I know it's strange. Whoa, you know Mass? His eyes were darting back and forth as if trying to solve an impossible riddle. Yes? Wait, how do you know her? Holy shit. Tom spun around, palms landing on the back of his head. He slowly rubbed his upper neck as Rachel watched him look through his farts. He saw Coffee giggle to himself once and spoke under his breath at such a lower level that the girl couldn't make out his words. You okay, dude? Normally she wouldn't have approached the man and maybe laid a hand on his shoulder so she could feel more at ease, but she noticed his mannerisms, and she didn't really know how he would respond to her touch. Instead, she waited for him to gather himself enough to continue the conversation. After a couple of minutes, Tom turned back around with a oddly abhorrent grin but bothering on his face. You suddenly seem happy, I think. The bond confusedly stated, speaking of words slowly not to rattle the man. Wait, so the entire time I've been here, I felt this weird connection to the power. It's out of reach, but definitely there. Or maybe here in this place. When I close my eyes and concentrate, I could feel it present around me. Power? You mean waste masses wing one? Yes! His volume increased and his voice seemed to thunder through the vast area of quietly waiting souls. I can feel it! He clapped his hand in excitement. Weasel took a step back, readying herself if she and Tom were headed for confrontation. The power, he began. I had it before Mass did. Then I fulfilled my purpose, and it found its way to her. He paused. His smile faded, and it was quickly replaced by a look of desperation and sorrow. I felt so empty without it, and without Verda, I had to sacrifice the love of my life to save those people at the mall. All of those damn kids. He lowered his head as if realizing he has been defeated. At least I thought I did. It didn't matter for me, though. I felt life was too painful without her. Rachel noticed the man's eyes filling with liquid. A couple of tears escaped, and he wiped his face. I'm so sorry, Tom. That sounds pretty fucked up. This time, she felt the need to place a hand on the man's back as a show of support. When she did, as soon as her palm made contact, she could see every single thing he had previously gone through. His past, him looking into Verga's heartbroken eyes one final time, his unfulfilled sacrifice, him talking with Mass in the diner, a phone call received from Chloe, potential futures he could have had, then finally a bathtub overflowing with pink water and his body floating at the top. A pair of silver clearly red scissors were on the side with his cut hand bobbing up and down near them. She forcefully pulled away, dropping backward as saw it and coursing down, almost to a full sit. Fuck! As her mind cleared and limbo-like reality slipped back into focus, she saw Tom standing over her. You saw it too, didn't you? Reese was a shrug, so soft from the encounter. I thought my purpose was finished, but now I know it wasn't until this moment. Weasel, we healed together somehow by design. The odds of us finding each other in this shithole is unlikely. This is the only reason now that I can see a way forward. You need to touch me again. Use my energy and fulfill your purpose. The source. You have to find it. He stretched his arm out with an open fist, obviously seeking Weasel's touch again. She pushed herself up to his sand without touching the man. Being able to see Tom's entire existence reminded her of the futures she could see in the dream space where she won Mass and Chloe in order to save Destiny's life. It's all connected, isn't it? We are both here for a purpose. Is it really so I could find the source? Yes, Rachel. I can see it so clearly now. Maybe this is my chance at redemption too. Maybe. If I can help you, my choices, my debt will be repaid. He stretched his arm out once more. Take my hand. Take my essence. I give it up to you freely. The green-eyed blonde looked around at the trapped souls, observing their zombie-like behavior. She knew she couldn't stay in this place much longer. If she had learned anything from her experiences with Mass and Chloe, she knew having faith didn't mean bullying and substituting somewhere. It meant letting go and yielding to some unexplainable thing that bigger than her. Master Chloe had each other's love. They never tried to explain it. They just give in to where it was taking them. Weisel nodded and slowly inched her hand towards Tom's. She could already feel a current of energy as the distance between their hands was reduced. Finally, they touched. A blindly pulsating light erupted and a wave of radiating electricity shot upward. She felt herself being lifted towards the gloomy void. As her speed increased, she looked down, noticing the sea of trapped souls sinking below her. She hadn't realized just how vast the space was until seeing it from afar. She located the spot where Tom was standing and noticed a burnt, charred-looking circle in his place. Wherever she was headed, it was because of him that she was free from the doom of limbo. Rachel saw off the memory as it faded from her thoughts. Her own realm coming back into focus. Nearly 2 decades had passed in regular time since she met Tom, and she really thought about it. She knew both of them had their parts to play, and she was thankful for her current situation versus the spots where she could have ended up. It dawned on the watcher, though, that having her ability came with resistance. The limbo-like space where she and the man found each other existed outside of time. She had been unable to see it since she left, but she hoped the waiting souls somehow crossed over or found their way out. Her past wasn't her main concern at the moment. However, she purposely told Dustin just enough information to give her the best chance at saving herself and her moms, which also meant casting doubt about the Watcher's intentions. It pained her to see the questioning look in the girl's eyes, knowing how much she loved her, Max, and Chloe, but it had to be done. It also dealt in probability, as she knew something dark was coming, something that she didn't understand from someone she could not see. For that reason, for several moments she purposely concentrated on other events, rather than the 3 of them. Finally deciding to check on her favorite people, the Watcher rolled her eyes back and located their lifelines. "Oh no!" she whimpered. "Fuck!" The mock popular outcomes of Dustin's absence made Rachel's heart sink. She had chosen to send the girl down a specific path, but she didn't know if it was the right thing to do or not. As she continued to scan the timeline for other futures, she desired to intervene one more time. Dust needed to come back to her realm for another challenge she was facing. But she didn't know it would happen so quickly. She determined her choice of action would visit the Red Streak Barn again, sooner rather than later, even if she didn't feel ready for the encounter. Calling the athletic living areas anything other than apartments or condos seemed incorrect. For what Dust knew, dorms were more than small one-room spaces meant only for sleeping and studying. Poser's dorm was even bigger than some houses he'd seen. The square footage was definitely pitiful and a bit excessive for one college student. But the university seemed adamant about their naming conventions, probably having something to do with funding guidelines, and attracting the country's best athletes was sure to give the intrusion a boost. As the dorm door closed behind her, Dust followed Paul into the living room. After several steps, the brunette turned around about 1 meter away to face her biker friend. "The ladies' room calls. Be right back, Destiny." She smoked and pivoted 90 degrees, opening then disappearing behind a smaller door near the hallway that separated the living room from the kitchen. Make yourself at home, she yelled, muffled behind the closed bathroom door. Make yourself at home, Des repeated under her breath, casually strolled around the area, taking in all of the decor and furnishing. Besides several bill bottles on the coffee table, most likely from the small gallery Paul had earlier, the place was well kept. The carpet seemed freshly vacuumed, everything was neat and tidy, and the pleasant scent of warm vanilla trailed throughout the dorm. Dust made her way around the living room, noticing pictures of Paul's parents and what had to be her younger sister hanging on the wall. The young girl looked almost exactly the way Paul did when she and Des were in middle school, and it made Des smile thinking about the child visit of her new friend. Then her lips soured to a frown of disappointment. She wondered how things would have been if she were more assertive when they were kids. Maybe they could have been friends the entire time. Her mom suddenly crossed her mind as she realized she hadn't thought about them in several minutes. She felt shame or guilt from whispering them immediately, as she had many times during the merger. Recalling racial words yet again, Des took an airy breath and shoved the thoughts deep into the recesses of her mind. Destiny Caulfield Price, the brunette whispered into the red-streaked blonde's ear, causing a triggering wave of energy to twinkle along her chin. Goop bumps waves all over her body from the pleasurable sensation. Just as it realized the girl was finished in the restroom and was standing right behind her. She turned to the brunette and realized Paul was now dressed in a loosely hanging t-shirt and in a different pair of gym shorts than she wore previously. But she has a graphic on an old necklace show she heard about but never seen. In bold letters at the bottom, the word arcane was flanked by what appeared to be spray painted skulls on either side. Above the fading face, "You're perfect," lay right below a lanky girl with long blue hair who was holding an oversized sock-shaped rocket launcher aimed at a building. A large bright moon in the distance seemed to shine on every object with an airy red glow. Nice shirt," Des commented, not really knowing what else to say. "Thanks," Paul responded with a dramatic curtsies and a too-sweet smile. "So, you called me and wanted to come over. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad you did. Just curious why." She grabbed Dus's hand and led her over to the couch. As they sat, the athlete summed both legs up and sat cross-legged on the middle cushion. Dust could feel the girl's knees blessing against her thigh. "To be honest, I'm not really ready to go into detail. Can we talk about something else?" Dust felt her face scrubbing as she braced herself for Paul's response. "Of course, silly lady, but we're circling back to this later on. So get things off your chest, you know." "Yeah, I know. Let's stop and thought about what it would mean to let someone else into her world. For many reasons, only she, her parents, and Rachel knew about their abilities and what all they struggled through. Paul was someone she wanted to trust, but she had been so protective and reserved with regard to the time travel stuff her entire life. Then it occurred to the biker that she might be getting ahead of herself. She had just never felt the type of connection she did when she looked into the assorted girl's eyes. "Don't worry, Destiny. No pressure. Here." Paul hopped up and sipped to the frizz. She grabbed 2 bottled beverages and popped the lids off. Rejoining her friend on the couch, she handed 1 bottle to Des and took a sip of her own. "You like beer? You're not straight as or something, are you?" Nah, Des answered. She put her lips on the bottle and lifted it upward. The liquid passed through her mouth and landed on and all around her tongue and teeth in a flavorful choice. She quickly swallowed and breathed out. She could feel a sour grimace forcing its way on her face. So she grinned a goofy smile and held up 2 thumbs. Her eyes slightly watered, but she blinked the wet away. Oh goodness, Destiny. The brunette laughed. Also, light beer isn't my favorite either. But I gotta keep the weight down for track. We can open some wine if you rather. We always had both at home. One of my moms loved beer, and others more into wine and mixed drinks. Dress shrug. I'm not really much of a drinker. No shit. Being a badass in high school, I just figured you were into alcohol and stuff like that. Guess assuming things about people before getting to know them isn't really good, isn't it? Paul tilted her head with a Pugger's grin, eyebrows raised as if she was proud for proving some sort of point. Dust knew the last comment was directed at a previous conversation the two had while she missing thinking Paul was stuck up when they were younger. She hoped the warmness in her cheeks didn't show, though. No, I guess not. Oh, wait. Put her sword from her spot and hold out both arms. I'm going to pour us some wine, and we can really get to know one another. What'll I paint you? The biker looked up from the couch and locked eyes with the beautiful girl standing above her. The whole weight was positioned directly behind Paul's head, and Des thought she looked like a glowing angel or maybe even a goddess. She stretched out her own arms and softly kissed the athlete's hands. It was surprising to the bond how soft her friend's skin felt between her fingers and palms. As weight was redistributed and Des stood to her feet, the two girls stumbled, cussing themselves in each other's arms. The biker took a hasty, awkward step backwards and bumped into the coffee table. I'm sorry. Des released her grip and walked away, hands nervously adjusting her leather jacket. Paul giggled and spun around. Des watched as the girls received a wine bottle from the kitchen, tilted out the cork, grabbed 2 wine glasses, and poured. She pushed the cork back in to keep it stop up, but also left enough above the rim so she could easily pour it back out again. Follow me. Paul chucked the bottle between the armpit and carried the glasses down the hall. Just a chain and a post arrived inside a room that had been converted from a guest bedroom into an art area. Several easels were propped against the wall, and a mess of boxes and art supplies were stored to get around the room. Large white drop cloths hang against the walls with a chaotic paint spatters and drippings peppering the surface. It may seem like a mess to you, like the artist begun, as if reading her friend's mind. But it's like organized madness to me. It's nice. Des took the wine glass from Paul's outstretched hand and took a sip. Yeah, that's good. It's a Moet that's buzzbrand. I knew you'd love it. Destiny, now sit down. She pointed to a backlit shawl in the center of the room with a thick back cushion on top. There was a small side table where Des sat her glass. As he sat, she noticed Paul prepping up one of the easels and gathering his supplies. She rolled over a second stool and created a makeshift desk area about 3 meters from the biker's position. After several moments of watching her friend circling around prepping, Des spoke up. So, you want the jacket on, or... On! For sure! She continued the prep, so Dust took another couple of strips. She didn't know if the room was actually getting warmer or not, but she felt the scenes were definitely heating up. The artist seemed evolve in her craft. It reminded the subject of her mother, a subject of her mother when she was on a photo shoot. Max became hyper-focused, maintaining all aspects of the job when with a driven assertiveness. It was like she was in a happy place, where she could exercise her creative outlet and orchestrate amazing art through her hard work. If Pooh was anything like her mom, this promised to be a fun experience. "You so pretty, Destiny," Pooh purred as he finished getting everything ready. "Thanks, but honestly, I'm not sure anyone has ever called me pretty before. I mean, my moms have, but you know how that goes. Parents always think their kids are great, you know." Gazing around the room, she noticed a white fabric piece draped over several paintings in a corner. She could see the portrait Paul painted of herself sticking out from beneath. "That's the same, because pretty isn't even a strong enough word. You're like stunning, Destiny. Seriously, I've always thought so." Wanting to quickly change the subject, Dust pointed towards the corner. "Thanks. So, those are your masterpieces? Huh." Paul turned her head 90 degrees to view her artwork. She turned back towards Dust and winked. "Masterpieces? Ha! I'm not sure about calling them that, but those are the ones I think might be good enough to keep. I don't know. Maybe I could easily get good enough to sell some. But what you sold me? Your artwork is totally awesome sauce." The Quinn's hearing herself say that last part. Her mom's words popped up in her vocabulary a little more often than she cared to admit. "Awesome sauce? Well, I knew you were dark and mysterious, but I had no idea how much of a jerk you were." The fun-loving look on her face showed the girls were just joking around. The appraiser's subject skittlishly huffed and shifted her eyes. "Nope. Destiny, I need you to work more casual for the painting. You're not really upset with me, so stop shrinking and look happy." Paul giggled before making a few touches to her setup, including the easel and canvas towards Desk. "Okay, let's get started. As I begin to solidify the shape of your head and shoulders, I wanted to ask you a question." She crushed her wine glass and took a couple of strips. "This is an icebreaker, so we can really get to know each other." "A question?" Dust asked, voice a little shaken in a not-so-stern, almost worried manner. "Yeah, okay. Yep. So," Dollars paused, dramatically adding her eyes, "are you into boys, or are you more into girls?" Hi everyone. This is AmberAnkNA again. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, because I really did enjoy making it. But so I hope you enjoyed it. Comment, like, and subscribe with the notifications on down below. Till next time, bye!